I'm the fashion.
Well. If Kim Kardashian was aiming to set the internet on fire, she definitely nailed it this time. People aren't just talking about her letting 12-year-old North step out in a push-up corset. The real buzz is the whispers that Kim might actually be pimping out her own daughter for attention. That's the headline blowing up every corner of social media right now. Critics are going off saying North is being dressed, styled, and showcased in ways that look way too grown for her age. And of course, folks can't help but bring up how Kim first shot to fame. Definitely not through any Disney Channel vibes. Now, the messy talk online is suggesting that Kim could already be setting North up for the same kind of spotlight hustle that made her infamous. But here's where it really gets wild. Beyoncé's name has been dragged into the storm. Rumors are swirling that Queen Bey herself allegedly called Kim out for exploiting North just to stay trending. Can you believe that? The whole thing is looking shady, dramatic, and downright scandalous. So let's dive right into the mess. Okay, let's talk about this look because everyone saw it. Miss North was out here in a structured corset-style bodice, a ruffled miniskirt flowing around her, and even steampunk-inspired boots to finish it off. Now, fashion-wise, the outfit ate, no doubt. But the second people remembered, this wasn't a runway model, but a 12-year-old child wearing it. The internet lit up with absolutely not. Parents came forward fast, calling the styling flat-out inappropriate for her age, saying it felt like she was being pushed into an adult image way too early. The main criticism zeroed in on how form-fitting and grown the whole look was. And it didn't stop with parents either. Child development specialists chimed in too, questioning what this kind of public exposure could do to a kid's mental state during such important formative years. Now, honey, the comment section under Kim's video was pure chaos. People were dragging her left and right until she finally shut the comments down. But that didn't stop anything. The conversation just exploded over on X, and the reactions were absolutely insane. One person flat out said, "A 12-year-old in a corset and push-up bra and her mom is cool with it? This is exactly why you have to be careful who you have babies with." Another user didn't hold back either, pointing out, "Her mom is infamous for a tape and her dad has rules about his own wife being barely dressed in public. Of course their child ends up in a push-up bra." Then it got even messier. People accused Kim of selling her daughter just like her mom did with her, calling it a disturbing family pattern. Yikes. And plenty were quick to remind everyone that this isn't the first time Kim has styled North in outfits people called inappropriate. They claim it's only gotten bolder and worse as the years go on. Let's keep it real. This isn't the first time Kim has been blasted for how she dresses North. As far back as 2014, when North was just 1 year old, Kim had her in matching designer fits. By Paris Fashion Week, little North was already being spotted in a risque black lace see-through number. Then, in 2018, when she was only 5, fans went off after Kim proudly shared a picture of her in a tiny yellow bikini top. Fast forward to 2022, Kim was dragged yet again for putting North in a satin corset at Aunt Kourtney Kardashian's Italian wedding. People thought it looked way too grown. And let's not forget the recent birthday trip to Mexico. When North turned 12, her appearance went viral after fans compared her to her cousin, who's the exact same age, and people were stunned at how different they looked. Now, with this latest outfit, critics are saying Kim has officially pushed it too far, and trust me, this is where the drama takes an even messier turn. Now, fans are dragging Kanye's name right into the middle of this storm. Social media is buzzing with people demanding Ye step in and protect North from being styled in ways they claim are way too grown for a 12-year-old. But here's the thing. What exactly do they expect Kanye to say when the internet has receipts of how he lets Bianca step out in public? We're talking about Paris Fashion Week, where Bianca walked around in nothing but sheer stockings as pants, and before that, she hit LA practically nude under a see-through raincoat. And it didn't stop there. She's been spotted braless in a completely sheer mesh top, casually strolling down the street on her way to a family-friendly restaurant. And if that wasn't shocking enough, cameras even caught Kanye tugging down Bianca's tights right after a business meeting in Beverly Hills. Plus, let's not forget her silver bikini top and thong look that had her entire backside on display for the world to see. Another look that left fans completely stunned was when Bianca stepped out in a full-on see-through bodysuit. She was walking side by side with Kanye, clutching her phone over her private area the entire time, because she knew the second that phone shifted, everything would have been exposed. And if that wasn't enough, who could forget Kanye's big return to the Grammys after a decade? Bianca showed up wrapped in a huge fur coat, only to dramatically strip it off and reveal a totally sheer dress with no bra, no underwear, nothing left to the imagination. The moment went viral instantly and had people questioning what was really going on behind the scenes. Reports even claim Bianca's own parents were mortified by her racy transformation. One insider spilled that her family is deeply distressed, saying they don't even recognize her anymore, and insisting she would never dress this way unless she was being controlled. Allegedly, things have gotten so intense that some of Bianca's loved ones actually staged an intervention over Kanye's controlling behavior. Reports claim her mother, Alexandra, even flew all the way from Australia to Los Angeles, desperate to save her daughter from the situation she's caught up in. That's how serious it's gotten. And when it comes to Bianca's father, another insider says Leo is fed up and wants a face-to-face with Kanye himself. He allegedly wants to sit him down and ask, point blank, "What the hell are you thinking parading my daughter around like some half-naked trophy?" According to sources, he's furious and ready to call Kanye out directly. Leo even posed the ultimate question. What would Kanye do if daughters north of Chicago were ever put out in public, half-dressed by their own husbands? Everyone knows Ye would never stand for that, which is why her family feels it makes zero sense that he's encouraging this for his wife. So maybe, just maybe, Kanye isn't the one folks should be tagging to step in here. Okay, let's keep it real. Yes, Bianca is a grown woman, and what she chooses to wear is ultimately her business. But North? That's a whole different story. The issue here isn't just fashion. It's about childhood innocence, boundaries, and what happens when a kid is pushed into the spotlight way too soon. People aren't just worried about outfits. They're worried about the long-term impact of growing up branded as a spectacle. And here's where it gets explosive. Rumor has it that even Beyoncé allegedly has something to say about this. Whispers claim Queen Bey is not here for Kim's styling choices at all, with some insiders suggesting she feels Kim is basically pimping out her own daughter by putting her in these grown-up looks and parading her everywhere. Allegedly, Beyoncé is siding with critics who insist North deserves the chance to just be a kid, instead of being packaged and styled like a mini celebrity at every turn. And with North now gaining a massive following of her own, the idea that Beyoncé's name is being attached to this drama? Oh, that takes the debate to a whole new level. And if Beyoncé's name being tied to this wasn't enough, the internet is now spinning with even wilder claims. Some fans are convinced that this tension between Kim and Bey isn't new at all, that it's just another chapter in their long, complicated history. People are saying Beyoncé has always kept her distance from Kim because she never respected the way the Kardashians chase fame, and this North situation is only proving her right. The chatter online is brutal. Folks are writing things like, "This is why Beyoncé never wanted Kim in her inner circle," while others argue Kim is purposely using North's growing popularity to compete with Blue Ivy, who's been shining more and more alongside her mom. Imagine that. People are actually framing this as a low-key battle of the kids between North and Blue. And of course, that kind of speculation only makes the drama messier. The idea that Kim could be styling her daughter to rival Beyoncé's is fueling fans to dig even deeper. If Beyoncé truly feels this way, then the pressure on Kim to switch up how she's handling North's image could skyrocket overnight. Fans are quick to point out that Bey, being a fiercely protective mom, would never put Blue Ivy in the same situations. And that's exactly why these alleged comments are hitting such a nerve online. But wait, let's not act like Beyoncé hasn't faced her own backlash too. Just the other day, people were accusing her and Jay-Z of over-sexualizing Blue by letting her step out in a strapless gown with full glam makeup. Critics were claiming that the look made her appear like a 17 or 18-year-old instead of a child. The argument? Just because a celebrity kid can dress like an adult doesn't mean they're ready to be seen or treated like one. Some fans even warned that by getting applause for looking so grown at such a young age, Blue might be picking up the wrong message, that being worthy equals being sexy in the eyes of others. And with that, the tables turned. Suddenly, people were saying maybe Beyoncé should sit this one out before throwing shade at Kim. But still, while many were dragging her, a loyal wave of fans rushed in to defend her, insisting Blue's elegance is a celebration, not exploitation. And that's where the whole debate takes a sharp turn, because now it's not just Kim being dragged, Beyoncé is getting pulled into the fire too. Social media is split down the middle, with some saying Beyoncé has no business calling out Kim when Blue Ivy has also been dressed in ways critics call too mature. Others are fighting back, arguing that the two situations are completely different, and that Kim is blatantly chasing clout off North while Beyoncé is simply letting Blue shine alongside her mom. But the fan wars online, they're ruthless. Timelines are full of posts like, Kim is pimping her child, Beyoncé is empowering hers, while others clap back with, y'all are just blinded because Beyoncé is Beyoncé. If Kim did the same thing, you'd crucify her. The comments are going viral, with whole threads turning into battlefield-style arguments between the Hive and the Kardashian supporters. What's even crazier is that some are spinning it into a power play, saying this isn't just about kids' fashion. It's about who controls the narrative of the next generation of celebrity royalty. North versus Blue, Kardashian Empire versus Carter Dynasty. And trust me, that's the kind of headline that won't die down anytime soon. One commenter fired back saying, "What is wrong with all of you? She no longer has the body of a child. She's becoming a young woman, and of course she wants to look that way rather than like a little girl. That's nature. Why do you all choose to sexualize her and shame her for just growing up? This kind of judgment doesn't exist for boys or men. It's misogyny, pure and simple. Leave her alone." Another supporter added, "North literally covers up every single day, and the one day she shows a little skin, y'all act like it's the end of the world." And then there were fans clapping back with, "There's nothing wrong with what she has on. What do y'all expect kids to dress like nuns?" At the end of the day, the argument boils down to one explosive question. Is Kim simply letting North express herself? Or is she knowingly setting her daughter up to repeat the same kind of scandal-driven spotlight that once built her own empire? With Beyoncé's alleged disapproval hanging heavy and fans relentlessly questioning Kim's every parenting move, the scrutiny is only intensifying. So now, here's the real question. Is Kim pimping North out for clout, or are people reading way too much into it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.